At this moment, I have the esteemed pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, Ms. Emily Pizarro. She is a class of 2016 STEM graduate, and she is the current council intern here at Chester High School. Please give a round of applause for Ms. Emily Pizarro.
Good evening, everyone. As Mr. Franklin mentioned, my name is Emily Pizarro, but the students here call me Miss Pizarro. I'm an intern for Miss Covington. I'm coming from Widener University to become a school counselor just like Miss Covington. I'm going to talk a little bit, I'm going to be brief and try to be short. I'm going to talk about a little bit about my story so I can be able to motivate you guys as seniors. So for starters, I am a Chester local resident. I was raised in Chester since I was 4 years old. I am Puerto Rican. My parents moved here when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and I've been in Chester ever since. I went to Chester Community Charter School. I went to STEM, and I graduated in 2016. And to talk about a little bit about Chester and growing up, it was a little hard because I was coming from Puerto Rico and I didn't know a lot of Spanish, and it was hard just to be able to fit in and just be me. And growing up, I just was a church, like I always went to church. My dad was a pastor. So it was hard to fit in, being as though I was coming from Puerto Rico. I was always in church. People judged me for who I was and didn't really want to get to know me. So growing up, it was really hard up until I believe when I got to like middle school at charter, 12th grade is when I started to become my own person and started to realize just try and do you and just try to make friends. So I'm gonna talk about when I was at STEM Academy. I'm gonna fast forward to my senior year just to make this short. When I was at STEM Academy, as I mentioned, I graduated in 2016. My father passed away 2 years before senior prom, and that's when it all went downhill. So I'm going to start by saying that if you are going through anything, if you think that you're not gonna make it after senior year, I am living proof right now that there's something out there for you, whether it's a job, whether it's college, whether it's just you trying to figure out yourself, become an entrepreneur, start a business. It does not matter, you're going to find your journey. So like I was saying, my dad passed away 2 weeks before senior prom, and I did not know what I was going to do. I did get accepted into a couple colleges, but being as though my dad passed away, I was just lost. I started to just be depressed. My grades, I was a good student. I was in AP classes my 12th grade year. I was an honor student, National Honor Society. I was doing what I had to do, but the end of my senior year I wasn't me anymore. My friends started realizing I also ran track for Chester. My friends started realizing that I wasn't me, and they did try to help here and there. The faculty at STEM tried to help me here and there. Everybody found out that my dad passed away, and I was getting the help, but it wasn't enough help. During the ending of my senior year for graduation, my mother decided that she wanted to move back to Puerto Rico. So I did get accepted, like I said, to a couple colleges, and I ended up going to Bernathen College, which is in Bernathen, PA. So I stayed local just because, like I said, I didn't really have a way or family since my dad passed away. So senior graduation, when graduation came, my mom came like in the middle of graduation, like an hour in, because she wasn't feeling Chester anymore. She didn't want to stay in Chester just because we were like our only family here. She wanted to start her own life and move back to Puerto Rico. So that was that. I graduated Chester High, STEM. I graduated STEM Academy and went on. And during that summer of 2016, before I was able to start college, my fall semester, I had no idea what I was doing. I was homeless. I was in and out of my friend's house. I was broke. I had no money, no nothing, no way of nothing. I did not know what I was gonna do. I was just waiting to start college. Once I got to college, I was the same way, no money, no job, just a freshman just asking my advisor, what's next? They helped me finish FAFSA because I had to file independently due to my mom moving to Puerto Rico, and I lost contact with her and my dad passing away. So I was literally lost, not knowing what to do. My freshman year was terrible. I didn't know what major I wanted to get into. I was not making any good friends. Freshman year was just, I wanted out. I did not want to continue. I kept saying, this is not me. To just sum it up, I tried to leave college. I was telling myself, like, why am I even doing this? Like, nobody's here supporting me. So there's this, she wasn't a counselor at the college that I was at, but she was like a mentor so we called her a mentor. She helped the multicultural group because I did go to PWI. She helped the multicultural group. So I remember her calling me in on a Friday afternoon, and she was just like, "Hey, I'm keeping it a buck with you. We gotta talk. We gotta see where you going because it's not looking like you want to be here. It's not looking like you want to do anything." So she talked to me, and one thing about her, she did not let me leave. She did not let me fail. I still went through trials and tribulations while I was in college. My freshman year, as I mentioned, was terrible, but my GPA was low. I was on academic probation, but with her help and my brother's help, and I did have one cousin that she's still here and she still helps me with everything. With their help, I was able to finish freshman year. Sophomore year, I moved in with my roommate. She was very helpful. Her family took me in because, again, I was still homeless. I didn't know what I was doing. Going into sophomore year and junior year, still the same way. I did not know what I wanted to do. I ended up back on academic probation. It was I just kept trying to find myself, going to the wrong friends, going to the wrong crowd, coming back to Chester because that's when, around my sophomores, junior years, was when the pandemic happened and we started doing homeschool during Zoom. So I went back home, went into the same problems. I didn't know what I wanted to do, started living with my sister. It was just, my life went upside down all over again. But I had the one thing that brought me back to the right path, I would say, is the same lady, or her name is Arlisha, and she actually came to my house and told me, "Listen, like, I see your grades, you're failing, you're not doing good. What is it that you want to do?" And she sat in my house, well, my sister's house, for like 5 hours just talking to me, saying, like, "We're gonna get you right." And because of her, I am here today. I got my bachelor's in psychology at Bernathen College. After getting my bachelor's in psychology, I graduated late. Like I said, I was on academic probation, and I did go through what I went through. I graduated late. I was supposed to be class of 2020, but I graduated in 21. I was not trying to play around. I said, I'm going to apply to grad school right now because if I wait, I'm not going to do it. And I did, and I got in. So that was 2021. I got into Widener's counseling education program in 2021, fall semester, and then I ended up living with my boyfriend, and we had a nice house. I ended up pregnant my first semester and had a kid, but that did not stop me. Of course, I was grown, so I'm not saying to do that, but I had a kid my fall semester of 2021 at Widener University, but then I was also at that moment like, okay, maybe grad school is not it. Maybe I just want to stop. This is not the time. But I did not let me having my son. I also was not working at the time either. Because I had my son, I did not let that stop me either. So now, fast forward to today, I'm still in the district. I'm trying to stay in the district if I can. If not, that's okay, but I'm still in the district. I interned at Toby Farms in the fall semester, and now I'm interning here at Chester High School. You guys will be seeing more of me. I am working with your students with Act 158, and I graduated in May. I'm also class of 2024, so shout out to class of 2024. But like I said in the beginning, if you think that you are not on the right path, you have your counselors, you have your career counselors, you have your principal, you have even a teacher. They will get you on the right path. You have your parents, your mom, dad, sister, brother, uncle, whoever it is. There's always that one person that will push you to become the best you. So don't let nothing break you. Don't let nothing tell you you're not going to be someone, because at the end of the day, I'm living proof and you will get there. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. All right, it is this time. Parents, please stand. Students, please stand with your parents. Please have your pens up and ready. At this moment, At this moment, you may now pin your child. Congratulations, students, for making this far in life.
All right, thank you again. I want to thank Ms. Kidd for leading us in the presentation. I also want to thank Ms. Pizarro for her words, and I know her message. I'm not going to top her message, so I'm not even going to try to. But what I will say, and I know I speak for Mr. Poppy when I say this, nothing will make us more proud. And I've had the opportunity to do this a few times. Nothing would make us more proud than to hire the alumni that we had in school when we were teachers and principals. So I want to encourage all of our seniors, whether it's a career that you've considered before, whether you're still considering different careers, there's no better job than to be an educator. I've had other jobs before this, and I can tell you that being able to work with young people and having an influence on their lives, there's no better way to spend your days, and there's no better career. So again, I encourage seniors, if you haven't chosen a career already, talk to your teachers, talk to your favorite teacher, talk to your counselor, talk to your principal, and ask them about a career in education, because there would be nothing that would make us prouder than in 4 years or 5 years or 6 years to hire you as employees for the Chester Upland School District. So that's all I have, and I'm going to introduce Mr. Popley.
All right, I know everybody's been here. It's been a long day. I'm very loud. Myself and Mr. Bell, we always have an ongoing competition, because he said I talk longer than anybody else. That very, very well may be true, so I promise you tonight I'm going to cut it short. As I look around, as any of you don't know, I'm the new and proud principal of Chester High School for this year. I'm saying welcome back to me, because I was here in 2016 and 17 and 18, and now I'm back coming from Toby Farms. So many of you that are in here, the students, if you were in the district at Coosa, at Main Street, I go back as far as Columbus, so you know some of the parents. You know when I say Columbus, you know I've been here for a while. But I wanted to say this, that I've seen and had an opportunity with most of your children to see them live, to grow, to respect with them, to walk with them down the hallways, to chase them out of the hallways back to the classrooms. I've enjoyed all that. I've enjoyed being a part of your life. I've enjoyed being a part of your children's lives as well. My message is very simple. When I came to Chester Upland School District in 2008, my message has always been this: failure is not an option. As a parent, as a guardian, as a loved one, and for some of our students, I'm that dad in the building that has to be the bad guy, that sometimes have to employ the consequences, and sometimes have to have tough conversations. I don't have a problem being that person, because ultimately, each one of you in here know that in our lives, there's always been somebody who was an extended family member that sometimes had to check us, put their foot in our back pocket, motivate us, and keep us on the right path. So as you're all looking around in here and being very proud, I looked at, thank you for all the hugs, the kisses, and all the encouragement, because your children have made it. They're here. They're ready to go. My only warning and my only inhibition is always going to be this: do not get comfortable now. I'm here every day. My message to you is do as I do. If I'm here every day, I need you here every day. Because whatever it is that you need, whether it's a counselor, a social worker, whatever you need, we're here to give it to you and make sure that you have it at your availability. Whether it's a college scholarship, whether it's free money, whether it's just guidance, whether it's I need somebody to be compassionate and understand that I'm working to help support my family. I can't get to school at 7:30 in the morning. I need somebody to have that conversation with me and say, guess what? We'll put a package together. I'll give you a project. We'll have you stay after school and do tutoring, because at the end of the day, our children, our lives as parents, our children are not living the same lives that we had. We didn't have as many responsibilities or commitments when we were growing up. All right, I'm just gonna put it out there. I was a 70s baby, so you know what I'm talking about. Our job and our responsibility was to go to school and get our education. That's part of what they have to do, but it's not a big part, because there's so much more on these young men and young women's responsibilities on their lives. Things that we didn't have to worry about, they have to worry about. So that's why all of us in here are going to reach out, reach one, teach one, and pull them apart and pull them up, uplift them, motivate them, encourage them, and let them know each day, whatever it is you need, we're going to be here. You all know this expression, a closed mouth don't get fed. We can't help you, I can't help you, you can't help them if they don't tell us what it is they need. So as long as we're here, that's our job, and anybody who knows me, I take my job serious. I love all my kids, all my students. I call them kids because I raise them like they're my own. I'm good, bad, and different, but I believe that each and every day, as long as we're motivating them and we're here to believe in them and push them forward, you all know I'm not from Chester, but I've been in Chester since 2008, and I do believe in the old model, what Chester makes, there you go. So we're all here today and ensuring that our students are going to be able to move forward, that they're going to have all the things that they need. And I want to say, Mr. Bell was right, I do talk a lot, but I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I care about all of you. So welcome. Remember this. Continue to tell your students, remind them, we need them here each and every day. Don't give up now. There's a thing called denial of credit. We haven't talked about that. What that means is your students have to have a certain amount of seat time in order to get credit for the classes that they have, content, electives. They have to be here. There's a certain amount of days they have to have in a seat. I don't want to be the one that had that conversation with you, mom and dad, grandma, uncle, niece, auntie, whatever, and say, I can't put them on the stage because they didn't make the cutoff. So I'm here every day till about 6 or 7 o'clock. I'm here usually at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. That's my commitment to you. Use me, use us. If there's something that you need, we're here to provide it for you. And if I can't do it, I'll make sure I go find somebody that's going to help us get your child across the stage and make sure that they have everything available to them that they're going to need. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Man, I did take too much time.